Coach Lamont Sr. We got to get into it, okay? Y'all know I was out there. March 1st. Barclays Center. You seen what happened.
You seen it.
You seen Lamont Roach Sr. show up and show out.
Yes, he did.
You know, and you read the scorecards, and it said majority draw. And it's number one. But of course, everyone knows about the whole little knee incident too. So you come off of that. You know, we talked about, you know, what went down, post-fight press conference, and everything like that. And he said, hey, going for the rematch, and it's March. And we get to April, and they get to May. They said it could have been a fight in May. And they say June. Could have been a fight in June. Now, he said, oh, it's going to be August 16th, T-Mobile Arena. Well, here we are in August, and well, of course, y'all know, I mean, he ain't got nothing going up for August 16th, so it's like, what's up? What's going on, man? And, it's been a lot of buzz about it, and, I wanted to, of course, get your thoughts on it and what's been happening and what's been going down, because it almost seems like there might be a little bit of, as they say, reluctance for this rematch.
Yeah, I think it is. You know, it stalled out all this time. We were supposed to go back in June. Right after that, the fight was had. I mean, it's still one of the best fights in boxing. It's going to be there. But we supposed to have got it in already. So now, it's supposed to be in August. Disappointed that it didn't happen. Was training hard, in the gym, in camp, using a lot of resources to make stuff happen, man. A lot of people don't understand that part of it. And now we just sitting back, now we just gotta wait and see what's next, because Javante got his stuff and some stuff outside the ring that he's dealing with. So I guess till those things get cleared up, we'll see if that rematch takes place. But right now, as you can see, it ain't happening August 16th, and I haven't heard no other date than that.
Word. And like you were mentioning there, it's about the resources, because it's like, if you had that idea that, oh, okay, we're getting ready and it could be for this date, then we're like, all right, let's go out, let's get to camp, let's get ready, get prepared and everything like that. And it's not like you're, like I say, for example, you're in your home area or something like that. Nah, you like out in Florida, shout out to, Pro Box Gym and everything like that. And you're getting prepared and you're using those resources, the travel, the thing there as far as like lodging, food, all that type of stuff. And then to hear that, oh, well, it ain't gonna happen on this date. Now it's like, oh man, we done used all of those resources. Now we gotta come back home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's disappointing. Like I know stuff happened, but I think communication is the key. If it wasn't gonna go down, it wasn't gonna go down. Should have been told ahead of time. Not only that, you affecting everybody you bring in. You got sparring partners taking off, they coming out, traveling, getting away from their families, and then you send them home early and things like that. You got coaches that got jobs feeding their families as well, full-time jobs that they're taking off work. It's a lot involved, so it's disappointing, but it's boxing for you. You know what I'm saying? This boxing at its best in a sense. It's the good and the bad and the ugly, brother. But we strong, we gonna persevere, we locked in, we stay in the gym, we be ready for what's next, and that rematch should always be there. I think it's, if not the best, or one of the best fights to make, and everybody wants to see it, and that ain't gonna go nowhere, so we'll see if it happens soon or later.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. It's the best, like one of the best fights in boxing. I mean, skill for skill. Like folks, they were just sleeping that, hey, these two fighters have known each other, for years and years and years. So once you get that and you match them up, you're going to get a great bout no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Tit for tat. So you saw like a showcase of skill there. And I was saying before, people had been like writing off Lamont Roach Jr., ever since, he had that, fight there. Where he lost to Jamel Herring, right?
Right.
And it's like, he's built himself up, back from that particular point. So, once he had won the title there, the WBA title at 130, it's like, all right, see, allow me to show y'all that I'm that guy, and I've been that guy since the amateurs. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He's a perfect example of one loss don't deter you. I mean, determine who you are. You could bounce back, and you could become a world champion, be one of the best in the sport. You know what I'm saying? We got ours the hard way, man. Everything was earned, nothing was given. And Lamont always been one of the top guys from the amateur, one of the best accomplished fighters ever to come out of this area, ever. You know what I'm saying? Check his resume. You know what I'm saying? He won nationals. He won over about 11, 12 national championships, won the Golden Gloves at 17. You can't even fight at 17 no more in the Golden Gloves. You know what I'm saying? Won the USA Nationals with some stacked people in that bracket, too. Check the people in that bracket. You'd be shocked. And got outstanding fighter at that tournament. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those guys, straight out of amateur to the pro, to the big promotion Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? We faced Jamil Hearn in the championship at 24, just turned 25. Olympian in Jamil Hearn. You know what I'm saying? Like, people look past him like Jamil can't fight, he's tall, 5'9". Was a very good fighter, good world champion at the time. You know what I'm saying? He had an amateur background, made the Olympics, beat a lot of fighters back in his day too. So yeah, you know, to discredit him all the time, they throw his name up. You know, so we gave Jamil a real good fight, man. It was a close, competitive fight. We fell short. We rebounded and bounced back, but it was our path, man. We didn't change for nothing for the world, you know what I'm saying? Because it made us a better fighter. And now you see, we're one of the best in the world, and we can continue to be.
Yep, you know, like you said, man, like one loss shouldn't like write you off. I mean, we've seen multiple examples of, you know, fighters that have had multiple losses and still were able to become world champions. You know, not just one loss, but multiple losses. So it's like, you know, being, I don't know, like the whole thing of being undefeated, I mean, it's like one thing, but to, you know, have a loss or two shouldn't like completely write you off in the whole thing when it comes to being a contender and being a world champion. So here with Lamont Roach, you know, like you said, Lamont Roach Sr. building himself back up, being able to become a world champion, you know, had that title defense in DC, you know what I'm saying? Home. And yeah, brought it back home, you know what I'm saying? So he's definitely, like I said, represented the area well and continues to do so here, you know, from this point, you know what I mean? So that's what we're looking forward to, man, is if we gonna have this rematch, because like folks been waiting for it, folks been anticipating it and all that type of stuff, and that way, you know, he'll be able to move forward with his career. That's the whole thing about it, is that, hey, if you can't, you know, go forward with this fight, then we gonna have to move on or something like that. You feel me? We can't, like, you know, stop a whole little, you know, routine or something because, you know, you can't necessarily say that you're ready for the fight. So, hey, I'll be like, yo, if you can't, you know, decide something, or if anything ain't straight, then hey, we'll just, you know, rehash it sometime later on. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You can't say it no better than that. You know, so we're not gonna sit around and wait. You know, we're gonna do what's best for Lamont Roach Jr. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, right now he's peaking, he's in his prime, and we gotta take advantage of that. You know, there's a lot of big fights out there to be made, and we're gonna be in those big fights. But like I said, that rematch is always gonna present itself. You know, hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens sooner than later. But at the end of the day, we're gonna stay boogieing, man. We're gonna stay boogieing. We're gonna continue to represent the area, man, and we're gonna continue to try to get more championships.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Of course, you know, like I said, with Lamont Roach Jr. there, of course, world champion. And, of course, you got, you know, Jordan Roach here, you know, building himself up to become a world champion here later on down the line. So we're definitely looking forward to that. But, you know, big thanks once again, Lamont Roach Sr. here. No excuse himself. Team No Excuse. Y'all see him. So, like I said once before, Friday, September 5th, Care First Arena, Washington, D.C. Y'all look forward to a pro box, all right?
Yes, sir.
Stay tuned. Yes, sir.